Really? If it's not DJ Double G, I'm not interested.
In the mix.
Mr. Damien Rose, aka Congo Man, Kongi, in the building. Good night to you, sir. How are you?
Sir, good night. Are you hearing me very well, sir?
Yes, we are.
So you left off the DJ name?
DJ Kane.
Thank you.
A producer, an extraordinaire. What else? A man with many hats. Good evening.
I'm like, we're hot
Welcome to Zollywood Radio, and of course you're inside of the upper deck, and this segment is called the Entertainment Spotlight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And good night, good morning, good day to all the listeners.
Indeed. So, how we normally start things off is tell us exactly who is Damien Rose.
Why, three different persons. So you have Damien Rose, different from Congo Man, different from DJ.
Well, I'm talking...
Three different personalities.
A man with three different personalities, he says.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about Damien Rose that grew up in the parish of Westmoreland, sir.
Well, I didn't really grow up in Westmoreland. I was born at the Savannah Hospital.
Yes, sir.
And grew up with my mother, my grandmother, and other siblings in eastern Westmoreland. But, at age two plus, my mother and my grandmother realized that something was wrong, because I would be looking at them, but then my eyes would be rolling all over the place. So, yeah, so they thought that something was wrong.
Same thing with me, boy. Same thing with me.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Right. So they brought me to the Cornwall Regional Hospital that is in Montego Bay, and spoke to a doctor there. Dr. Sam understand what is going on, and he can fix it. And the arrangements were made. I went in and did the operation, and when I came out, both eyes were blind. Good.
Wow.
After realizing that, my mother left Westmoreland, came to Kingston because she said, no, she has to go work harder because she has a blind son. So she left the western part of the island, came to Kingston, and for those who are listening from far and wide, Kingston is, the capital of Jamaica. It's where everything happens. So, majority of the persons who live in Kingston now, they migrated from other parts of the island into Kingston to see better living, and and so that they can provide for relatives. Yes, so as I was saying, my mom came to Kingston and did her research. She found out about the school for the blind, and she brought me there. When she brought me, them say, "Well, man, him little bit too young. Bring him back 3 months time." But in the meantime, what I'm gonna do is medical.
So,
Yeah.
so your mother actually brought you to school at what age?
I was almost 3. Almost 3.
So they said, well, no, 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 no. We're gonna wait until he's 6 years old before we can take him in, eh?
No, man. They said we want him to be 3.
3.
So
Okay.
bring him back six
Give him a
months
couple
time.
more months. Give him a couple more months.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, so right. So it took me to do the medical now at the university hospital at Kingston. And when she went there and they asked, and the doctors and nurses asked her what really happened to my eyes, and she explained, the, the doctors there were very angry, as they were saying that I didn't need to do any operations. I just needed an injection to steady my eye nerves, and with treatment,
You'll
would
be
alright.
fine. Well, well, well. So I guess we're heading to similar situation as it regards to me in terms of doctors doing some stupidity so the
Yeah,
sight can be lost.
yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, so how did the family actually take it? Like, he's blind, fine. That's done, but I'm sure the families, the family members, your brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, whoever it was, were like, no, 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 no. I'm not used to this.
Well, I guess them they adapt and over time, because of course I am probably still the only person in my family with a vision problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess over time they adapted, and I also helped in that regard because I was not a blind person. I was not a blind child who was going to sit down and wait for you to give me this and give me that and carry a cup of water come give me.
Yeah.
I was always trying to find a way out. I always tell people that I remember the first time I had I encountered something like that was, I was outside playing in the sun and went inside for some water. Now at that time VCR just come at Jamaica.
Yes, indeed.
Right? So they were watching a movie. And when I went in for the water, it was when the show get nice. So me I ask the water, nobody now get up.
So me I go
That's the
fit.
show getting.
Well, me I go fit. I'm going to go for it.
Yeah. So I went and poured myself some water. And I went me done and gone back out and do what me did I do. Hey, somebody. Oh, it is saying one water. I'm saying I'm gonna catch my water already. Mind you, mind you, it's down in the western region. We do rain harvesting. So people have them drums where you set up to catch water.
Yeah, yeah, I'll just
I
go
have
and
one.
pick up a cup and just toss it in there and pull it out.
Right.
With that.
So you have one drum where they have for washing, one for drinking water. That's how they did it. And why? The water when me take up water, I wash in drum,
Well,
But guess what?
for water.
Me quench my thirst, me good.
You're not dead, I'll know, eh?
No. You see me? So after that, all they did was show me which drum was what. So even when me want water. So, they started to adapt very early because they see that although I'm blind, I'm willing to do and try things for myself. So them just help the process. You see?
Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, take us to the Salvation Army School for the Blind. What was your experience like? I mean, like many of us, we're not used to going away from our families. It's especially moving from spending time for those who mothers and fathers, they don't live together, or spending time elsewhere for the summer, and then point blank you're coming back home, and to take us to the point of maybe that Sunday night, packing and knowing that I won't be seeing parents or family until maybe the next 3 months or so from now.
I don't actually remember the first time going to school. I don't remember it, right? But I can remember many other times leaving, even just leaving like at the end of a holiday.
Yeah.
You know, from Saturday night into Sunday, you start pack.
Yep. Washing and
And
ironing and
yeah,
all,
man,
all
all of
that
the
stuff.
thing there, all of the watching go on Saturday,
Ironing Sunday
so,
evening.
Sunday evening, the packing start. And from them time there, your eyes start full of water
Mm.
because Lord Jesus, you're going to leave my family again. You know, you're looking back and you say, yo, I'm not see them
Yeah.
until 3 months time or
Yeah.
so forth.
So, yep.
And by the time Monday morning come and them wake you,
Yeah, say,
the crying start.
yeah, say, oh, my God, but I'm gonna have something here.
Right?
But then I don't know, but I had two different feelings. I had mixed feelings for me after a while, cause start making friends and stuff. It was kind of, oh yo, my God, I'm getting the
Yeah, one
chance
of
to
the
go
things.
back to my friends, but at the same time, oh my Lord, I'm not gonna be able to you know trouble my
Yeah,
mommy
man.
again, or
And
save daddy
the thing is,
again.
you're really looking forward to see your friends them.
True.
And for especially people like me when I'm music and had other friends who were in
Yes,
music.
yes, yes,
Yeah, we should not
yes. Wait
compare
for
what you
come
hear
back
over the
then.
holiday.
Yes, man.
But then the sad feeling is leaving the family behind.
Yep, yep.
And sometimes the good food.
Oh boy, don't even bother talk. And then I don't know, but the best rice and peas you can ever find is the final one for the time until you reach you until you go back
Ah, man,
home.
that's true. That's so true. That's so true.
Woo! Alright, so you know, getting adjusted and all of that kind of stuff. Finally into the fact that you finally told yourself, look, this is something I have to live with. It's already done. Family sometimes, and then friends, technically most of the times. But classes, because then of course you start learning to do your own
Mm-hmm.
mobility, start, quote unquote, you know be a man per se, in terms of, persons are not going to be there to, yeah, you have, adults around, or staff members around to help you out every now and then, but 90% of the time you're on your own, in terms of, if you have to.
I'm glad you said 90% of the time because most of the stuff that you would learn in the early times at school for the blind, you mostly learn from friends,
True,
right?
true, true.
Folks who either in your age group or a little older than you,
Yep.
right? And I don't know about in your time, but in my time, you couldn't be a school for the blind and be a croft.
True
As
that.
in, you had to know how to do things.
True,
You had
true,
to be
true,
able to run, to
true,
jump over railing,
true,
to jump out a swing,
true,
all of them stuff there
true,
as a blind person.
true, and
Right?
and,
You
and
had to fit in.
true, true, and for the listeners around, we had, you know, the rural part of the island. For example, where I was born and raised in Clarendon, or grew up in St. Elizabeth, and of course Damien here, spent some time in Westmoreland. You had cows and goats and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
We
man.
we actually went to school and we saw the very same things: cows and goats and sheep and all that kind of stuff. So you
Yeah, man.
imagine, you
Even
imagine
not,
I mean, you imagine a cow flying down the corridor, and the only way you can escape out of that is to move, jump a
jump
rail
over
or
the
a
rail.
wall or something, because it's either kill or be killed, you know? So you had to learn all of that on your own. Get a couple of bus head and scratch and tear and
Yeah,
all that kind
man.
of
We
stuff.
have
But
to,
hey,
man.
but
That was a normal part of blind life, man. Cuts, bruises, for
oh
some people,
gosh,
broken hands,
oh gosh,
broken feet,
legs.
broken foot.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
man.
gosh, man. Oh gosh. I,
So
I,
we we
I,
we we grew up. We grew up as normal as anybody else. The only thing is that we couldn't see.
yes, indeed, indeed. We had to wash. We had to spread our beds. We had to, tidy our
Yeah,
dormitories.
man, wash your socks, clean the bathroom,
Yes,
wipe down the windows,
indeed.
take out the garbage, whatever it was, whatever you can think about
Of
when
course,
it comes to chores,
of course.
we had to.
We had to. No doubt about it. Had to. Of course. All right. So, um, Braille. How was that for you? Because for those who
Real.
don't know, Braille is what the blind and visually impaired persons use to communicate in terms of writing or taking notes in
Right.
classes and all that kind of stuff. How was that for you?
Well, you know, I enjoyed Braille, you know. I enjoyed Braille from I was in infant class and got introduced to the Braille. I got on very quickly, I must say, and I I used to read a lot at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I would read off a book and then go to the bookshelf again, grab another
Grab
one,
another one and
and
move.
just read. Yeah, man, and just read. I used to really love reading.
Yeah.
And as we went through school, just only read. Now you start to
Right.
gravitate and you start writing.
Yes.
So by reading it builds up your vocabulary. So when it came to time now to put down stuff, you really had things well put together, and you were able to, articulate yourself well in writing and so forth.
Yep. The thing is, I do not recall um getting into either writing it or reading it without a problem. Like others, they had issues or because me, I learned to read Braille in less than 3 months.
Yeah.
I learned to
It's
write
it,
Braille in less than 3 months.
it's application. It's how you apply yourself. Some people they don't really love it, but then there are others who you have a very inquisitive mind. 'Cause that's the thing with me,
Yeah.
I remember the first time when as a little boy, I run up and down at the house. As from a little me love drum, so I'll be banging on the doors, banging on the boards, everything in the house. And I remember one day my grandfather grabbed me and said, "Boy, you can't sit down for 5 minutes." And he said, "Come sit down and so and listen to the news with me." And when me sit down and start listening, the questions that I was asking at the time, he couldn't answer. I said, "All right, go and go to where you go on. Because he can't answer my question then."
What were some of the questions you were asking?
So we're listening to the news and it was on the AM band, right?
Uh-huh.
So with the AM band and the radio back in those times, there used to be interruption of the frequency. So you'll be hearing stations like from Cuba or Colombia and those things creeping into
The
the,
English.
the right.
Yeah.
So I was asking him, what language is that? Where do you think that station is coming from? Because that is not Jamaica. And I was asking him about things in the news, asking him if the man that is reading the news is in the radio, and if they put my hand in the air, if I would
Can you
touch
feel
him.
him?
Yo, the man gets fed up and say, all right, go on. Go on, go play it. Go on.
Why? Yeah. All right. With a fed up too. Especially with somebody like you. Big,
Oh my
big up myself, Randy. You know the thing go.
God. Yes, man.
So, alright. So, take us now into, um, you did, what was it, GSAT or Common Entrance then?
Come on, entrance, man. Me look all on your back. Come on,
No, you're
entrance.
not little one, you're enough holy for me. Now, all a foul of your age is no chicken boss.
All right, sir.
So,
So it was common entrance.
Common Entrance then, and what was that like
Yes,
for
man.
you? In terms of, finally grasping, the braille, writing, reading. Now it's onto the kill or be killed situation is either high school or not.
Why? Me never think about anything else, cause from a younger age, I used to see the gentlemen at the time coming in from high schools in the evening.
Gentlemen.
And the thing about it, yeah, man,
Oh,
you see them coming in, and you would ask them how what's the high school experience like and stuff like that. And from a very young age, talking to those guys, they always want to go Calabar. Always. Because Calabar sound like it. So mind you, over time we had people who were going to start. Yes, man.
Rabala.
Mind you, we had people who were going to other schools. So
Yeah, Calabar, JC,
Excelsior,
Excelsior.
Excelsior, start, and I'm not, I don't remember which other school, but you had persons who were going to school
Didn't you had persons
apart
going
from
to
Calabar. But when you speak to the Calabar guys, you got that spirit of, yo,
Them
that
are
school is so excited, and that's some more angle.
the green and
So,
black settings.
yeah, man, the green and black man, right? So I always aspire to go Calabar. And then, when I did the common entrance, I wasn't even concerned, because I know, because of how I read a lot. Most of what was there, what they were asking. We're ready for that long time. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, did it. Then, so you get the school and you're trying to pass the Calabar, going.
Yes.
And then the first day is a total, is a culture shock.
Why?
Because now, when you are at the school for the blind, you're in class with 8, 9, probably the most, 10 students.
Yeah.
When you go here, so now you hear say,
20
yo,
and
you're
30.
45 man in our class.
Yeah, man. You say, whoa.
And you're saying, whoa, then where the teacher go find time for me?
Especially in your
Because-
situation.
Yeah. And you have to say, why? You feel like you get left behind, But one of the key to going out into the wider school is that you have to make friends.
True.
And because everybody know who me see already, I'm very sociable. Come in reach us Calabar the first morning.
You start making
Me
friends.
start talk and me start meet people and me start drum on the decks. So everybody knows that Joe, that blind boy I can play drum and he's really good at it. So you had boys who want to par with me because they either want to learn the drum or them. You know how boys say, you want to par with me, I can play drum and if I became like a protector and man we try rob him and him blind and so all of those things combined led me to having a lot of friends, man. Holy heap. Up until this day I still have friends that I met from my first day of school.
Wow. All right. So let's walk back a sec into because you mentioned music. Was that something you've always wanted to do?
From me a baby. I grew up in a rather musical family. Especially on my father's side. my grandfather, my grandfather and his brothers, they were musicians. So most times they would come to our house and sit around the back and just play guitars,
Whoa.
play them banjo, play them back guitar, and just
Sing.
play, right? And just then we had a shop in the yard that sometimes they would just go down there with the guitars and they would just play and sing and all of that all of that stuff. So I was always drawn to music. My house was always there was always a radio on, and so I was drawn to music, right? And then going to the school for the blind now, you encounter Miss Sheila James, who was a music teacher at the time, and she was one of them persons who could have simplified music so much that probably a baby can understand, right? So you grab onto that, and then for me, one of the biggest influence of my music career is a sound system that used to play next door called Smarlax. Yeah, man. With Smarlax now, you hear different genres of music. Sometimes they have sound clashes. You know, so you grew up hearing the music every Wednesday night, sometimes Saturday night, and stuff. So you get drawn to those things. So when them playing, all of us who are interested in music, we're outside and we're listening. Sometimes at 2 o'clock in the morning, we're going outside and I listen and stuff. So it was practically a university for me. And you know, you got a chance sometime when you go to music class to play the drums and stuff. So you get a chance to really build up your musical skills. So yeah, my musical thing really started from very, very early.
Congo man. How the name came about?
So the name Congo Man came about because so in 1994
Boss. Yeah,
the administrator.
You are aging me now, sir.
Yes, man, hold that. I told you, but you are trying. You are trying to keep up with big man. Right? So in 1994, the administrator at the time, Robin Lyle, he was an American and he started to revolutionize the school. So he started a picking farm and he also brought in equipment for a school band, right? And the school band became a reality because, of course, the School for the Blind is always from I can far back as I can remember, we have always had musicians. Every era, every time, just think back from you were going to school right up until now, we're always flooded with very talented students. So the school band became a reality. At first, I was not in there, but every day I would be at the rehearsal outside the room listening, waiting for them to call me. So I don't remember. I think what happened was they had a drummer and they had conga drums, but they didn't have anybody to play the conga drum. So one day I was there and the band leader at the time, Marlon Jones, we used to call him Andy. He said he was there and they were playing. I think they were practicing for a Christmas concert, and the song that they were playing had a part where they need somebody to play the conga drum, right? So I guess he looked outside and he saw me and he said, "Yo, that little boy always out there. Come here, right? You know me fly the gate long time that me want it." So fly the gate, running, almost buck up in the amplifier and the keyboard. And I say, oh, take time, take your time. Because that me want to hear it.
Yes, sir.
Right? So me running now and they must say, yo, you can play drum? You can play drum? And I say, yeah man, because nobody not confident like me at the time. Man. Everybody in the school have me as the best drummer. So, I'm say, all right. You don't this one you listen with a long time. More you play the part where the Congo drum to play in the song and thing. So then start back the song and when it reaches the Congo drum part, we start playing. And then I say, yeah, you. So when I think they were alright with that song and then another song came up. But I think I don't remember which song, but this song it was mainly a Congo drum playing in there, right? So he's confident enough because he find a person to play the Congo drums. And when the song was starting, he said, all right, Congo man, your time. And him just saying that, the rest of the band member, them like, whoa, Congo man. And from that time, and up until now, but people still call me, them call me Congo man, them short it and call me Congo. Any little variation, anything. Yes man, everything. So me just
work with it.
The name just come, and me just say, yeah, the name your bad.
Work with it.
Just work with it.
Work with it. Alright, so Kane. The name Kane.
The name Kane now. So
So moving from playing drums to know a DJ.
Yeah. So as we say, Small Axe was one of my biggest influence, and I always want to either be a selector or be a disc jock on the radio. Right? So I used to listen to a lot of radio, man. Just to, hear how the guys announce, how them play the music and stuff like that. So that led me to loving the music and saying one day I have to play it. Right? Now with the advent of, accessible technology, it opened a lot of doors for us as blind persons, to do what you love and, just be able to tap into things that, you used to hear people do, and now you want to see if you can do it for yourself. So I remember getting a friend of mine getting a computer, and he would use Windows Media Player and VLC Media Player. And that's how we start learning to mix, right? So yeah, man.
A long time then.
Yeah, man. A long time VLC about, man. Long time. Right? So you play a song in a media player, then you load the next song in a VLC. And, you at the time, you couldn't beat much as well because you didn't have a lot of control over if you could have speed up and slow down a song.
Yeah.
So you would have just play songs, right? And thing. But then a friend of ours, DJ Ray, he migrated. Yeah, DJ Ray migrated, and he, in the first world countries, you get your hand on stuff first. So he would call us and say, yo, there's a piece of technology we want to try and thing and and he would tell us about it. We'll go find it and download it. I remember the first DJ software we ever used is one called Twist and Burn. And that was so technical that, we never enjoyed it because we say, this is not hands-on, we want a mix. So with DJ Twist and Burn, you would have to set the songs. Set the songs in a like a list, and then you would have to let the computer know where you want that song to stop and another one to start. And then when you play it back now, you hear how it's up. But we say, yo, that not so. Yeah, we don't want that, man. That's too hands on. Then he came again and told us about one called Zulu. Zulu DJ, right? So now we have something now with 2 decks. We could have mixed. But the problem with Zulu is
the previous one only had 1 deck?
it never have a deck. So it's like a running order.
Oh,
So you have to tell one song you play. So you tell one song to play for 2 minutes, then you set it where to cut off. You set the other song where it must start and stuff like that. It was pretty technical. So now with Zulu now you have 2 deck. So you have practically a DJ set up in front of you. Right? But the issue with Zulu now was that it was not that accessible because you couldn't change the speed of the song, the tempo of the song as you would want to. Right? And sometimes it was a software that used up quite a lot of resources in terms of memory. So sometimes I try to beat match a song and the song drum gun and all kind of stuff. So we were using that for a good look a while and we are praying, hoping why.
Something come.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No. I was saying, you praying and hoping that, well, I can't deal with this. I need something much simpler.
Yeah. And things. So we did work with Zulu for a good little while. Then Ray call back again now. We say, what? Look like Ray have something else. Ray came back with mix. And he said to us that, yo, this is the ultimate thing. Right now, you can do everything that Zulu couldn't do for you, you can do with this software. Right? And everything is mapped into the keyboard. So you can speed up your song how you want it, you can slow it down, you can beat match, you have hot cues and all of them. So now we are saying, hold on, man. So I was the first one who downloaded it. Practice. Do mixes and send to Ray and other persons. And they must say, yo, no, man. This bad me have to learn it. So you end up teaching other persons and all of that until mix became very popular among us as blind persons. And then, we start to reach now because we can do everything, like any other DJ,
Yeah.
And the thing with mix at the time, though, we couldn't load samplers in it, so we had to find a sample player, right? And we find quite a few. We had one called Mitchell's Jingle Player. We had one called Jingle Palette. So you would load the songs up in mix, and while it play, you've gone over to Jingle Palette and you go and press your effects and yeah, man. But over time they improved and mixed and included that aspect. So it became a full-on DJ software.
Yeah.
So if anybody from the mix development team listening right now, we want to give you guys kudos because you really started that trust for blind persons to really use to get into the DJ business.
Indeed.
Right? And then of course, Ray also now introduced me to Goldwave. Right? And for those who know, Goldwave is a digital audio editor, single track editor and stuff. Now I became a master of Goldwave. There's nothing in Goldwave you can't ask me what I can't tell you to do.
Well, I can attest to that in many occasions.
Right? So me used to at the outset I used to spoil a lot of files by just practicing editing them. Right? Practicing to take out curse words Kind of something mess up the file them. Have to download back. And I said, no man. So after a while, I start alright. So what me have to do is use a copy of the file. Don't use the original file itself.
Yeah.
Right? And stuff. And we used to practice. Then after a while, another friend of mine, Shavian Daly, he went to UWI and he got a radio show on New Start 93, which is the station on campus, owned by the UWI Mona campus. And he got a show. I was a part of the audition team. Entertainment
Trail, yeah.
Right. So he got that show. I became a huge part of the production team. When he did his interviews, he used to send them to me, and I would edit them, put music behind them, and so forth. And people from the station used to hear the interviews and ask him who do them interview and thing, and he used to tell them that it's me. So he say, yo, you need to bring him and come in the studio and thing. And I started going there first, and then, just going there and observing and start observing and just being there. And then after a while, I got confident enough that I could become a DJ. So I started being a DJ on the program. And people start loving the program more and more and more. And, Entertainment Trail, it ran on the station for about 6 years.
Whoa. Big of myself try. Big of myself try.
Yeah, man. I can tell you, people used to listen. People used to listen to that program.
Well, that was my Saturday show for the day, boy. I used to look towards 2 o'clock every day every Saturday from 2 to 4. Every Saturday. For me, even if I was asleep, I would actually set alarms just for the Entertainment Trail. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. And then, also within that time, another friend of mine, he started a internet radio station. I met him through Shavian also. So how that went was that he was doing a course at UWI that they had to use music. So let's say you were doing let's say this week's topic is abuse or something like that. You have to find a song
about
to bring up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So Shavian put him on to me. So when he do them doing course, them now and he come on, call me and tell me the topic. We used to find it on them. Yeah, man, and I say, yo, you're great, Me used to listen to them songs, but me not even know what them are saying. I say, yo, go back and listen to your words and you will see what I say. And things. So, I guess after you finish that course, I decided to say, yo, I must start a radio station. And he say, yo, never give your body, so me give a slack on the station to do anything you want to do. I want if you be on a Saturday when we have most of my listeners. And we say, all right, what am I going to do? So, I'm just going to do a music show. And came up with the name, The Musical Altitude. And
the rest was history, as they say.
Brother, that show ran for 10 years. I stopped doing that show earlier this year.
Yeah.
That show ran for 10 years. And he would tell me that, listen, this show is the most listened show on the station. Anytime Saturday night come, you just see the thing there just light up.
Yes.
10 o'clock Saturday night, person's tuning in to hear the Musical Altitude.
Yes.
Out of that now, another station was created back in 2020, and the guys over there, a lot of them by now had started to listen to the Musical Altitude. One of the manager's wife call me, Regine, and tell me, say, ask me. She tell me, say, me need to do a show up on the station because my bad, and she want me on the seat. I mean, I said, my girl, me I do a show already. Over one neck, she say, yo, you have to go find a way
To get it done.
to get it done. And then ask me ask you. And she said, and I sat down, I came up with another concept, and this one was the Jamaica Trail. Now, me as a man from very early, I don't believe in I'm not selfish, right? Anything me I do, I like to have others with
Part
me.
of it, yeah.
So me learn a piece of software, I'm always ready and open to teach others how to use it and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So I say that to say that when I thought of the Jamaica Trail, I had two persons that I was saying, yo, me need them two persons here to do
Something.
some in my program because they are that talented. So I approached DJ Stevie Steve, somebody who you know very well, because he has a very good radio voice. And I said to him, listen,
Me know,
why
man.
you do an entertainment feature for me, featuring artists and producers, musicians and so forth. Anything covering the music business. So we call that one what's his name again? Jesus.
You don't remember that you just left it?
Yeah, I remember right near right now.
Yeah.
But the other one now, Mr. Dale Miller, a good friend of mine from back in the day at school.
Well, you and Dale go school together?
Yes, man.
Dale taught me at school, sir.
Okay, good.
That for sure.
So we were in school together.
That for sure is me a booby there.
Mhm. Right? Oh, the program was called the Jamaican Gems that DJ Stevie Steve did.
Okay.
Right. So now, knowing Dale from school, and Dale was always a bright person. You could ask Dale anything, practically anything, and him know. You know? Yeah. And I remember one day we were going to a cricket match somewhere in St. Elizabeth. And from we left town, Dale gave me a running commentary. And every battle, every district where we are going to, he gave us a running commentary.
What's that?
You come here and say, what? I bring you a bad stuff. So when I was planning the show, I said, I have to use this brother because the show named Jamaica Trail, we are trying to showcase Jamaica. And DJ Stevie Steve are focused on the entertainment part. I need somebody to focus on the country itself, traveling the length and breadth, giving people from overseas, a view of what
The island. Yeah.
Jamaica is like. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I call him up and I put the idea to him, and he was very excited. So I say yes. And from the first episode of that show, it was a hit. It was a huge hit. I met a lot of friends from overseas through that show. People just reach out to me and say, yo, the Jamaican Connection is a lovely show. And out of that, management said, well, Jamaican Connection are going good, why you do another show?
Monday
So I
night
ended up
settings.
ended up on Monday night now doing the quiet time.
And not
No.
quiet boy.
no quiet for me, but they thought I was the person to do that show. So the quiet time is the show, it's a R&B dream show, old and new R&B, just playing some music for the ladies. And we had a feature called Soul Stories where we'd pick an artist and feature them for half an hour. Right?
Oh,
And
okay.
right. Good. So that show started and did very well. But earlier this year I decided that I'm gonna take a break from internet radio to focus on other things, work related and other career choices that I had. So currently on a break from internet radio.
Do you plan to go back at any given time?
Yeah, probably sometime in the future. But there are things now that I'm trying to get off the ground, and I really need the time. And when I do something, I like to do quality,
Indeed.
and I don't want anything to take away from the quality. So better me take the time away from internet radio and just do the thing proper.
Yeah.
That if and when I decide to go back to internet radio, I can give it my all again.
True.
Mm.
All right, we have a limited time in this interview. You almost did an hour, boss. Um, so I asked you for half an hour. You gave me almost an hour. All right. So
No, Mickey, are you take it?
you could have tell me, say no, I'll continue. Anyways, currently, what are you working on currently?
So currently, I am working on perfect the art of being a music producer.
Okay.
As you have heard, as you played earlier, the mood swing rhythm, that was the first rhythm I played drums on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I read him body, no brother, I'm not lie.
Yeah, that was the first rhythm that I have ever played and that was released. Right? And what happened is that at the time when we did that rhythm, we were just getting into music and we never really know the ins and outs and the business side of the music.
Yeah.
So we did a couple rhythms for that producer, but we never get any pay, right?
Well.
Yeah, we didn't earn from that, I think. But after a while, we decided that hey, we are gonna sit down and learn the music biz so that we can't get robbery like that again, because Mood Swing and the other rhythms that we did were top sellers. They were really good productions that I know earned that artist some good money, but he didn't look our way. So we decided,
I'm gonna do the one thing.
doing one thing. Bridget Askell and I, we started a label called Vision House, and
Boy.
we did some music productions. We have a rhythm called the Dirty Sneakers, with all the top artists that you can think about. The Vice Cartel, the Beanie Man, Chase Cross at the time, Stein, QQ, Natel. The artists who were hot at the time. And
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Don't say a word. Hold on.
Life hard but don't give up. Me suffer like dog but me hold it out. Regular me trot on the hungry road. Prosperity after the drought. Get on you, hold the faith and pray. That you not give you more than you can bear. Me have to tell the ghetto you them hold on. When you go Only time, regular me shot on the hungry road. Prosperity after the drought. Get on you, hold the faith and pray. That you not give you more than you can bear. Me have to tell the ghetto you them hold on. When me remember where me a come from. One man's one shoes, one dirty lean clock. One man's one shoes, one dirty lean clock.
Yes, indeed.
I wanna ramp with. Careful, you know.
You think me a play with the road youth? So,
yeah, man.
This
So that's
was-
the Vice Cartel on the Dirty Sneakers rhythm.
this was the
That's
Dirty
what-
Sneakers rhythm, yeah.
Yes, man. I think that song was done probably about 3 months before he got prison.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, man.
This rhythm came out, what, 2009, 2009, 2011?
Yeah, 2011,
Okay.
right? And from there, start to some little productions and stuff.
Yeah.
But about 4 years ago, I met a brethren from Trinidad, and I met him through Patrick Lafayette, right? He wanted to learn gold wave, and Patrick has his own radio station, and at the time couldn't teach him how to use gold wave because he had a lot of content that he produced. So I said, yo, me have a friend out of Jamaica, man. I'll link you up on him, and he will teach you. So his name is Rajesh.
Big up yourself, Raj.
Yeah, man. And
Raj.
he called me. Well, he never called me. Voice note me one day. I say, yo, get me number from Patrick, and him just want learn gold wave, and him I wonder if me could help him. So from that, me message him back and say, my youth, you sound so nervous. Me, I don't know nobody, Keep yourself quiet and just link me if you link me. And him call me. And him call me same time, and we start talking from there. So I taught him gold wave and stuff. Then from about 2018, Sydney Thorpe was telling me about Reaper, and I said, yo, Reaper body already, you need to learn Reaper and So I say, yo, me really use gold wave, and gold wave simple to me and so. But him say, no man, you're musical enough if you learn Reaper. Me know you go bad. And so he influenced me. I downloaded Reaper, installed it on my computer, but me never do nothing with it. Because I don't know how to use it. Right? Then same Bridget Raj started to me say, yo, them have something in Reaper, you have to learn to use it, and stuff. I say, yeah, why? Sydney tell me about it.
So you make Raj just start learning gold wave by you, and then Raj pick up Reaper and I tell you.
Yeah. I must say, yo, you think the way you're doing a gold wave, if you're doing them in a Reaper, it's much better. This and that. I say, Raj, whether I don't know if you use the thing. And he must say, well, me know if you use it. Me will teach you. And if you want me to know, we have add in the WhatsApp group and you can learn it and stuff. So I say, all right, no problem. And he started teaching me Reaper and thing, and why it has gotten so good now that I can build my own rhythms. I can, do audio editing in Reaper. Practically, the only thing I can do now is mix. And trust me,
you will find that out very soon. I got a shout out from South Africa. Big of yourself, bossy. The bosses. Big of yourself. Let me say good morning to Dollar Bill, locked in and loaded. He says to tell you, sir, a plethora of information you have, and of course he is enjoying the interview. I feel like I want to do this. The production side of me feel like I want to do this, cause you are speaking a whole bunch of productions, and I'm sure this is also one of the rhythms or the beats that you actually worked on for TJ as well. The Auto Eagle. Let's go.
Yes.
now play with the road, you know, brother. Yes. You also did. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you also did a couple of beats for Triton as well after you stopped working with TJ. Um,
No, I wasn't involved in Triton production. It would be Askel.
okay, okay.
I think I did one song for Triton,
Which was?
and um it was an Anthony Hamilton cover that Craig from Voicemail did. Pray for me. Yeah, I played.
You know, say
that.
today me play that song. Tonight me play that song.
Yeah, man. That.
Yeah, yeah. I thought you had something to do with, you know, well, and I know for a fact that Askel did, because I was having a conversation with him a couple of years ago, and he was working on a beat for Ja Vinci, around the same time when Kajil from KC
Yeah,
got killed.
yeah.
Um,
That song, we produced that song also.
boy, oh
Yes.
boy, you see, them something I'm here to talk about. Them something I'm here to talk about. You know, these are the things I'm talking about. Let me ask you a question while I look for this specific track. Um, do you think that persons in the music industry, whether producers, artists, songwriters, etc., once you're a part of the industry, do you think these persons get a fair share in terms of, um, for example, producers? Because I'm probably gonna get myself in a trouble after this, but so it go. Um, TJ, for example, who um, a lot of times, and I singled out TJ because I played a track from TJ. Um, a lot of the times you hear, you know, artists saying TJ or Triton, when truth is Triton has, I mean, it's their record label, etc., whatever the case may be. But Triton is not the one that produced the track. It was, a Vision House Records, for example, or a GSAG Records, for example. But I know GSAG nor Vision House get the recognition. It's TJ or Penthouse or one of them. Do you think we actually get our fair share? And I say we because I also do production as well. Do you think we get our fair share in terms of the business?
Let me answer it this way. Two set of persons do the most work in a music and they are not compensated for it. Musicians and engineers. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Behind the scenes, the musician them sit down and they come up with the beat and you send it to the producer. If he want changes, he sends back some request for you to put this in or put that in or whatever it may be. And you do a lot of work. And in the end, all he does is to get artists to write for the finished product. Good? And when him do that, he then sends it to his engineer for him to mix. Right? Engineer mix, him put out the full product. All credits go to him.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the musicians probably not even get anything. I should get nothing.
Well, I just see. I always, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks that way. But
Yeah, man. So when what they do, because if you don't know the business, they'll take your product and go and thing there, right? They don't license the thing and say, all right, be it created by X. mixed by X. Them
Yeah.
take all the credit.
Yeah.
And people think that, they came up with the beat, they did this, they did that. When they take all the praises and the musicians and the engineers do all of the hard work.
Yeah, well, DJ Lex, if you big up yourself here, boss.
Alright, sir.
Alright, so I mentioned a track just now from Ja Vinci. Here we go.
Them left me for cry. The man got change their ways, but they make another mother cry tears. Could I take all the weights of the world, but me can't hold up unto me. Them not them meant to with music, but no know the pain no feel. Get a youth to feel it, you get a pain real. Not a friend missed to die by the steel. He was only 17, so why them kill off Kaji? No mother gone with another one. Never mother crying for another son. Please mama hold on. Please mama hold on. Yeah. So rough the road is. Tired for your start the roses. Yeah. Me I wonder where the Lord is. When me afraid for your punk and me no want a sad story. So rough the road is. Tired for your start the roses. Yeah. Me I wonder where the Lord is. When me afraid for your punk and me no want a sad story. Man, you never look before you shoot. You shoulda look before you shoot. Worshipping vanity. It make you feel like you know my mother live for cry. Real live from my suit. Why you never look before you shoot?
Yes, sir.
Yes, man.
So that
Kaji.
is Ja Vinci. Yeah.
Ja Vinci, that song. And that song is coming off a true story for those who don't know.
Yeah.
It was the incident where a taxi man hit the car of another man. I think it was an ex-pick.
Yeah.
Hit the man car and thing, and he was so angry, he came out, take out his gun, fired in the
Shoot up
car,
Yeah, man.
killed the young man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I used to play at a club on Manisville Road. And Kaji's mother was one of the owners.
Oh, so you know the. Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. So we know the family, know Kaji and everything. So when Ja Vinci came up with this song, yeah.
Boy, I can just imagine the mood in the studio when the song you record. You know?
Yeah, man.
Oh boy, you see, I don't know, but I always tell myself, and this is something where I actually told myself as a juvenile, because music was something I always wanted to do, and that's if I can't express myself no other way, this is exactly how I'm going to do it. Either I'm going to do it via a rhythm in terms of creation of a beat, or writing a song, or whatever the case may be. And that's exactly, I actually, the first time I actually heard this track, or well, got the chance to sit and relax and listen to this track, I actually cried during the track. No doubt, no joke, my boss. I literally cried myself to sleep listening to this track when I just got it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And so I will still not talk about how you get the name Kane. I will still not talk about how you want Askel start link, and in terms of production, and we not talk about we not talk about, hey, listen, we need a part 2 and possibly a part 3 from you here, sir. Yeah, man,
Yes,
we need something from you. We need something from you, because right now I've been getting a whole bunch of messages. Why the time too short? And the boss, he gave. Listen. Yes, man. Right now, you have given. persons who don't know, he has given me exactly an hour and 12 minutes to be exact.
What?
Yeah? He has given me an hour and 12 minutes. You cannot ask for more. This is the longest interview I've ever done since I'm doing this show. Yeah? The only person that came close to you, and that interview was a pre-recorded interview, was a girl from South Africa named Kennedy Wave. And I did that interview about 3 weeks ago.
Mhm.
She gave me like 50 something minutes. So you broke
Well.
you broke the record, my boss. Big up
Well,
yourself.
Jamaicans are known for that, so.
Yeah, we don't know time, you know, boss. Alright. Before me get myself in a trouble. A couple of quick things. One is you know, for persons who, you know, are visually impaired, blind and visually impaired, or they have a disability for some strange reason, whether, you know, by birth or accident or whatever the case may be. A lot of persons, they might say, boy, my day done, my life done, me can't walk, me can't see, me can't do nothing. Cause, you know, the only thing I want to do is, you know, just kill myself. Cause, I mean, there's nothing in life for me to do. You know what I mean? What would be your advice to these people?
Well, if you reach that far, then why you need counseling. Well, that is the first thing. But then, hey, if you want motivation, just jump on to your computer and you can research blind persons. You can research great musicians or just people overall. Just find any field out there and just put in blind persons in this field. And I can assure you, I can definitely assure you that you will find blind persons. And the thing about it, you know, with the whole advent of assistive technology,
Yeah.
blind persons are able to do anything they want to, right? Anything you want to. So my thing is, get with the times, try to find some self-motivation, because that's where you have to start first. Then you can go there, research, you can find blind persons who are in any field. You can reach out to blind to these persons. They are always open and willing to guide others, because a lot of us are coming from the stage where you may be at now, you know, thinking that life is done and you can't do nothing and things. But you have to find an internal part of you that says, yo, now man, I can't sit down here so I talk for the rest of my life. You need to rise up and do something.
Yeah.
When you do that, you can reach out, and trust me, there are persons out there who are willing and able to help. So just rise up and just know, say, yeah, you can rise above whatever you have to do right now. Just believe in yourself, get some more self-motivation, and let's hit the road.
All right, I get a message for you, my boss, and it is from St. Lucia.
Okay.
Jazzy Smith says, "Big up yourself, my boss. You broke record like you see in both, boss."
All right, big up yourself, Jazzy.
Yeah. So, like I asked earlier, you know, is there anything maybe in the near future that we can look out for?
Yes.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Well, I just got a request, sir. But it is up to the man who I'm interviewing, Mr. Radebe. He wants the interview to continue. No, sir, I can't do that. I cannot do that. Of course, I can't do that. Maybe if you want a part two, then I can give you the part two in the near future. But I can't do that, sir. The next person coming after me might kill me. I can't do it. Of course, there's a program after me, so I can't do that, sir. I can't run into the people that program. Sipping on some scotch and listening to you, sir. Wanting the interview to go overtime. So, yeah. Any quick shout outs? No. Oh, before I continue, you were saying you were working on?
Yes, I'm currently working on a few projects that I'm thinking about putting out later this year.
Oh, yeah.
So of course, when I'm finished, you'll be one of the first persons
Indeed.
to get
World premiere settings, so you mean funny up on that
yes, man.
mad thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. You heard it first here, listeners. You heard it first. So, a whole bunch of stuff he's working on. Do you have a name for your personal recording label or whatever?
Yeah, just DJ Kane Production.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Remember, so we don't talk about how you get the name, boss. So we shall do that in the next interview. Yes, sir. Yes, and still there are a whole bunch of stuff that we haven't covered. I can tell you, listeners, that this man, I can sit with him for hours and just dive into the plethora of information he has. You know what I mean? So. Yeah.
And not much.
What you mean I know nothing much? You give me almost an hour, boss, or over almost 2 hours out of problem. You mad? Can't deal with that. Boy. Alright, alright, tell me, what's your final words and your shout outs and then your final track you want me to end the interview with?
Lord have mercy.
Well, tell me track first so we can go look for it.
Another. I wanted to play the Natel and the Dirty Sneakers with you. Because I really believe in that song.
Natel, that if me can find, that if me have it. Go and talk.
So I just want to say to, folks listening that, man, enjoy life. Do what you enjoy. And just try your best at all times to live good. There will be persons who try to, stray you from your path. But whatever your goals are, just move forward, try your best to get it, and, big up on yourself. Yeah, that's what we love to say in Jamaica, big up on yourself. Saying,
Unfortunately, I do not have the Natel on the rhythm, sir.
Oh boy.
I have to go find it somewhere. There at us.
You didn't tell me that you're ready.
Well, no, you can't send it come now. Send the full thing come.
Good. Yes, and as I was saying, enough respect and hope everybody, continue to live good, as it's very important in these times. Yeah, man, blessing.
Because me know is a girl, man. Me know is a girls, man.
Yeah.
So me go end the interview with a track on the Dirty Sneakers, a track called "Gal Them Disciple," courtesy of Beanie Man.
Big tune.
Yes, sir.
I was actually in studio when that was recorded. So, was there with the doctor when that was recorded.
Between me and you, me talk to you off here, but alright. Later, guys. And of course, that was indeed that was of course the entertainment spotlight with DJ Kane, Congo Man. What else? And of course we haven't touched on cricket. We haven't touched on a whole bunch of stuff, but time is against us. So we thank you so much, Mr. Rose, and of course we definitely are looking for a part. Definitely looking for a part 2, of course, in the near future. Leaving you with this one, of course, from the doctor himself, Beenie Man, Call Them Disciple.
I am Moses, not Jesus. I don't even know the type of what my son them and my brother. Yeah, hear me people. Alright, see what now. Somewhere you follow back a man, and they tell them disciple me cut down them. Turn out the road run down tight to fit them. And you don't never see them in them like they give them the cap and give them nothing but they want the ice everything with us. Them telling us because it's nice to be young. And from my angel with a nice if you're so in and I'm a nice if you're nice if you're not the greatest girl is ever if I'm a real love.